How has Tamin progressed since, you touched on it before, but just obviously step by step you want to see a little bit of better every day, I assume.
Yeah, each day there's been improvement. Today he was engaged with practice, not as much in the live and that sort of thing, and he'll take a more active role in practice tomorrow. But he's done a great job each day. He and Vic in the training room, the work that they've done, he's really in a great rhythm shooting the basketball. So I would say that each day he's progressed, noticeably well, and excited for that continued progression these next few days going into the game.
I guess, do you have a little bit more of an idea on the matchup and the threats that Lipscomb presents?
Yeah, no, they're a terrific team. They really space the floor well. Highly skilled team. Agnesevic is make sure I got that right, John. Agnasovic. He's a tremendous player. I mean, great in terms of getting into the mid-range, getting his shot, shoots it well from three. Great mismatch player, so he really gets their offense going. I think Pruitt is a guy that plays extremely hard, one of those guys that he makes their team go. He's their tough guy, can shoot it, gets to the foul line, doesn't turn it over, and then Anderson, their point guard, really commands their team. So I think that's kind of what sets up their offense. They have a lot of Princeton concepts with back cuts, dribble at, play the five-man on the perimeter. Defensively, they can go 1-3-1. They'll play man. They'll really be in gaps. So they're a team that, as you watch them play, they have a very clear identity. They play with a lot of purpose. They've won their league outright, or they won their league tied for first and then won the tournament. So it just speaks to that consistency they've had over the season.
And I know most of what you do is focused on your guys in Iowa State, but these spacing the floor, three-point shooting teams have given you, I guess, a little bit of problems, with BYU coming to mind. Is there things that you're going to have to do against Lipscomb that you maybe didn't do as well against BYU?
Guard the basketball, guard it one-on-one, guard the ball, keep your man in front, keep him out of the paint. Just continue to be relentless, guarding the ball like you don't need any help, and keeping your man in front of you. And if we do that, we'll be in great shape.
Getting back up to Milwaukee again after the first season here, you guys' run that you made with that team, did you felt that kind of maybe laid the foundation for the things in the years ahead? And now, what's it like to get back up here with that foundation laid?
Yeah, no, I think the team, in our first season, those guys deserve a lot of credit because it was really setting the tone with their practice habits and the work they did every day in the summer. I mean, to come out and have an undefeated non-conference season, set the tone for that season, and then, like every year, you have ups and downs. And at the end, we had some big wins here, and I think that says a lot about that group and their togetherness. And this is a time of the year where the teams that are tougher and more together find a way to win games. That team certainly set a foundation for our program, and like you said, ironically, it happened to be here. And at the same time, like each team and each season is different. I know our guys have program pride based on the consistency year in and year out. This is a new experience, new opportunity, and look forward to embracing it.
How was Joshua's role expanded throughout the season, especially as you had some of the injuries and had some of the illnesses and all that, and the ball was going through his hands even more?
Yeah, he's a tremendous decision maker, so we play him a lot like a point guard because he's got that type of feel, those type of instincts, makes those type of decisions. He's really challenging the guard in transition. The more defensive rebounds he can get and push the break, the better for our team. And then he's just a great mismatch player. Like, he's really challenging. If you're quick enough, are you physical enough? If you're if you can keep him in front, are you tall enough to prevent him from finishing? And he's been relentless getting to the foul line. So, again, with the varied injuries and guys being out, you've seen an increased role usage, opportunity to get it in his hands, and he's continued to step up in a major way.
What do the next 24, 48 hours look like for you, your program, ahead of Friday's tip-off?
Yeah, I mean, we practiced this morning, so we've already had our practice for the day. So, tomorrow we'll have an opportunity to get on the court and shoot, as well as having a practice tomorrow. Film will be, consistent, today, tomorrow, Friday morning, going into the game. So I think now it's about, taking advantage of opportunities that we have in front of us, and also at the same time still connecting to guys, togetherness, their habits, spending that time, having that unity and having those connections. Those are important as well.
When you play a team that shoots the free throw as well as they do, is that part of the game plan to do you talk about not putting them at the line, or how does Iowa State approach that?
Well, we play a physical defense, and we want to really guard the basketball and have collisions on the basketball. And I think when you're the aggressor, you end up being the team that doesn't foul as much. I think sometimes people think you're trying to play not to foul, and I feel like, there's teams, the most physical teams seem to not foul as much. So we need to hit first. We need to be the aggressor in terms of guarding the basketball. We need to be defensively in position where we need to be early and in front of plays. And then when you do that, you put yourself in position where you don't foul. And I also think a big part of that is keep it out of the paint. Keep the ball in the paint, stay out of rotation. It all starts with guard the basketball, square the basketball, keep your man in front.
The amount of threes that they take, is that reminiscent maybe of BYU or anybody else that you played this season, that maybe it helps you a little bit?
Yeah, I'd say, they make 10 a game and upper 30s. BYU's the team in the league that's, probably the closest parallel that way. They get them differently, where BYU is extremely fast-paced and getting out in transition and shooting them early, where, Lipscomb's not afraid to do that. And at the same time, they get them a lot off their concepts in the half court offensively, back cuts, spacing, you trying to get you to overreact to things, and then the shot presents itself. So, again, like every game, I think guard the basketball, keep it out of the paint, and make sure that we're contesting shots early and being disciplined, and then you got to finish plays on the glass.
No secret how much you guys recruit this state. Is there a value to playing in the NCAA tournament here?
I hadn't really thought of it. I think over time we've tried to, just continue recruiting the right guys. I feel like there's Milwaukee area, there's a ton of talent, a lot of guys throughout the state, sometimes that fall through the cracks. So have an opportunity to play here and show what our program's about certainly could be helpful, but I think a big part of that is playing well and coming out and being at our best and taking advantage of that opportunity to show that. And so the most important thing is preparing the way we need to and coming out and playing well and doing everything we can to get a win.
Are you guys sending anybody over to Madison to watch Jamarian or Xavier this week?
Yeah, we hadn't talked about that. All our focus is on this game and doing everything we need to do to win this game on Friday and just making sure that we are locked in and dialed into that. So wish those guys the best. They both had tremendous seasons and played extremely well in the sectional final to get themselves to state. So as much as we're rooting from them from here, we're keeping our priority and our focus on this game, on this opportunity to be at our best.